Welcome to DeKei Studio. We are a group of young people passionate about Vietnamese culture and history. With a deep love for our heritage, DeKei Studio is proud to bring you a special video series titled Legends and Folktales of Vietnamese Culture. This is a journey we've poured our hearts into, carefully crafting each story, illustration, and sound. Though our channel is still a work in progress, we truly welcome your honest feedback so we can continue improving and growing together. If you enjoy our content, please support us by hitting like, subscribe, and turning on the notification bell so you won't miss our newest videos. Sharing our stories is also a wonderful way to help spread the spirit of Vietnamese culture far and wide. And now, let's continue our journey through the enchanting world of folklore with a heartfelt legend, the story of Betel and Areca. In ancient Vietnam, during a time when the land was still covered in lush forests and winding rivers, there lived two orphaned brothers named Tan and Lang. The elder Tan was known for his gentle heart and wisdom, while Lang, the younger, was quiet and deeply loyal. Though they were born years apart, their bond was so close that many thought they were twins. They lived in a small cottage beside a bamboo grove, working hard, studying the old texts and caring for one another. One day, thanks to his diligence and good manners, Tan was chosen to marry the daughter of a mandarin. The mandarin admired Tan's virtue and welcomed him into the family. After the wedding, Tan invited Lang to stay with them, for he could not bear to be without his brother. Life in the new household was peaceful. The mandarin's daughter was kind and graceful, and she grew fond of Lang as well, treating him like a younger brother. The three lived together in harmony until the day fate played a cruel trick. One morning, Tan and Lang went out early to the fields. Still half asleep and in a hurry, they each accidentally wore the other's clothing. They laughed about it as they walked. "You look more like me than I do," Tan joked. "And you look too serious to be me," Lang replied with a grin. Later that day, Lang returned home first. The wife, seeing a man in her husband's clothes, greeted him warmly. She approached without hesitation. "You're home early, dear," she said, reaching to help him out of his outer robe. Lang was startled. "Sister, it's me, Lang," he stammered. "Tan is still at the fields. We switched clothes by mistake this morning." The wife froze, her face turned pale as the realization struck. "Forgive me, I thought I didn't mean to," she whispered, stepping back, but Lang was already overwhelmed with shame. Though there was no wrongdoing, he could not bear the misunderstanding. That night, Lang left without a word. He walked deep into the wilderness, past hills and rivers, until he reached a quiet stream in the heart of the forest. There, he sat beneath the moonlight and whispered to the stars. "I've brought shame to my brother's home, though I never meant to. I cannot return," he said. His tears fell into the earth, and he remained there until he drew his last breath. The gods, moved by his sorrow, transformed him into a smooth white stone, a limestone rock by the riverbank. When Tan returned and discovered Lang was missing, he searched far and wide. Days passed. At last he arrived at the river, where he found the strange white rock glowing under the morning sun. Somehow Tan felt his brother's spirit there. He fell to his knees. "Lang! Why did you leave me?" he cried. "It was never your fault." He stayed by the rock, weeping through the night. In time, he too passed away from grief. From where his body lay, a tall areca palm sprouted, its trunk straight and pure, reaching toward the sky. Not long after, the wife, tormented by guilt, followed the path her husband had taken. When she arrived at the river and saw the stone and the tree side by side, she collapsed in tears. "I never meant to cause this pain," she sobbed. "If love and sorrow can grow from the heart, let mine remain beside theirs." She remained by their side until she too passed. From her grave, a green vine emerged. It twined around the areca tree and embraced it tenderly. This was the first betel vine. Years later, travelers resting by the river discovered something curious. When they plucked the leaves of the vine, wrapped them around a piece of areca nut, and added a pinch of lime scraped from the stone, the mixture turned a deep crimson red. It brought warmth to the heart and a pleasant scent to the breath. People believed it carried the spirit of the three: brotherhood, love, and loyalty. Thus, betel leaf, areca nut, and lime became symbols of unity and affection in Vietnamese tradition. From that time on, these three were used in every wedding, engagement and offering, as a sacred reminder of the enduring bond between hearts that love deeply and purely. To this day, elders still tell the story of Tan, Lang, and the faithful wife, and how their spirits became one with the land, united forever in the form of Betel, Areca, and lime. Touching legend of brotherhood and faithful love in the story of Betel and Areca. For generations, the familiar images of betel leaves, areca nuts, and lime have not only played a meaningful role in Vietnamese wedding traditions, but also stood as timeless symbols of deep affection and lasting bonds, just like the story passed down by our ancestors. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others. Your support means the world to DeKei Studio and motivates us to continue bringing you stories rich in Vietnamese identity and culture. See you in our next videos, where we'll keep exploring more fascinating legends, folktales, and myths from Vietnam's vibrant cultural heritage.